Alright guys, so I'm continuing this new DoorDash pay model. Grubhub shift ran out, couldn't get another block, they were all taken, and I wasn't getting any orders, so it's like, okay, let me dash now, let me see if I can dash now. I was able to, and I'm dashing for a couple hours here, and I just dropped one off from California Pizza Kitchen. Pretty easy drop off. She left good instructions. My apartment is, on the bottom floor, blah, blah, blah. Great. Did that, then went and I picked up 2 orders that came in basically at the same time. One was from an Indian restaurant, and the other one was from just like some regular cafe called Granville. So they were both like within walking distance of each other. So I was like, okay, I'll just park once and then walk to both restaurants, take my bag. I don't have to, move my car. So I parked, walked over to the one that was farther away first, which is an Indian restaurant, picked up the food, and then I walked over to the cafe, picked up that food, and then basically just like kept going, just walked over back to my car. So I was, able to save a little gas, between the 2 restaurants there, and then headed over and just dropped off the Indian food. And then next, I'm gonna hop back in the car and I'm going to drop off the Granville Cafe order, which is in the other direction, but not terribly far based on what I saw. It only took me like 4 minutes to get to this one from the 2 restaurants. So the other one should be, I should be able to get there in about 10 minutes or so, and I still got another like hour-ish to go on the shift. So I'm just gonna keep on rejecting the bad ones. I'll show you some of those, of course. And keep on grabbing the good ones, of course. All right, here we go. Okay, so I just dropped that one off from the cafe. Boom, just kind of a pain in the butt because I knew it was an apartment and she hadn't left any instructions. And so I texted her and said, hey, I'm gonna be there soon. Let me know if you want to meet up, my standard text curbside, if you want to speed up delivery or whatnot. And she didn't respond until like a while after. She said, okay, thank you. And then I texted her again because, usually that's an opportunity for the customer to say, oh, yes, okay, and by the way, yes, call me when you're here if you can't find parking, or, oh, it's code *223 when you arrive. Usually they use that opportunity to do that. This particular lady didn't, for whatever reason. So I texted her again. I said, okay, do I need a code when I get to your building, or should I just meet with you downstairs? And she texted me like, by the time I'm already at her freaking door, basically, because I got to her building and some lady that lived there was going in, and she let me in. And so when I was just about to knock, she sends me the text, oh yes, you just gotta find me in the box. My name is blah, blah, blah. So it's like, if it wasn't for that lady, I guess maybe I would have been standing there for a little bit, or, hopefully she would have just answered the phone right away, right when I called her and told me what was going on. But anyways, yeah, it would be nicer if customers, after they ordered food, would be a little more attentive to their phone so that they know what the status is of their thing. But hey, I guess you can't always get what you want, and that's okay, that's life. All right, so I'm just gonna, wait for my next ping, and we'll see how the night ends for me. Boom. Okay, so I was originally scheduled until 10. I was able to extend my dash to 11. So I ended up getting a Grubhub order shortly after I extended that dash, went and picked it up and delivered it right about 10 o'clock, and then just kind of sat there and was not getting anything good. I think I got maybe 1 or 2 orders came in and they weren't good. So I had nothing good enough that I wanted to accept and deliver for a good 20 to 23 minutes. And at that time I was like, okay, screw this, I'm just kind of sitting here. So I ended the dash, and I wasn't getting anything else from Grubhub either, so I went ahead and I logged off of Grubhub as well. So overall, in a 2.5 period, if you do the hourly rate, it's not that great. I'll show you the screenshot of the end of my dash, what I made. And the hourly rate sucks if you think about it. The reason why I'm still okay with it and I'm not upset or like, oh, is because it was only 3 orders. So for it being 3 orders, it actually turns out to be pretty good. And keep in mind, that's not all that I made. in that 2-hour period where I was actually still moving, because I had Grubhub as well. I was multi-apping, so that's more like, that's the 25 from DoorDash plus the 17 from Grubhub. That's 42. Let's minus some gas. Let's say I spent $8 in gas, which was probably really more like $6 because of the fact that I did 2 pickups without having to move my car. So really it was probably more like $6 in gas, if even that. But let's just say for sake, $8. 42 minus 8, that's 34. Divide that by the 2 hours that I was actually doing something instead of just freaking sitting here, and that would be $17 an hour. Realistically, it was probably more like $18 an hour. So good, I would say I did well. And overall, as far as the DoorDash, it was a slow night. It was definitely a slow Friday night. But considering the fact that it was only 5 deliveries total to make that $42 between the 2 apps, that's not too bad. That's a little more than $8 a delivery, which is good, which is not too bad. Anyways, so I logged off. I am gonna go get something to eat and go home. We will talk to you guys again in the next one. As always, be nice to the restaurant workers when you're picking up food. If you're doing Uber or Lyft, drive safe, and don't let people, boss you around in your car. You're the boss in your car, and I'll catch you guys later.